She is Kiara McCulley, sitting beside her 19-year-old daughter Kiara. Unbeknownst to them, their lives were about to change forever.
What's my house a fucking crime scene?
There's a deceased person in your garage. That's why it's a crime scene.
There's a body in there?
Yes. Stand up for me.
Kiara is a deranged teenage killer who has just murdered her ex-girlfriend with a 3-foot-long sword. The police discovered the body inside her mother's house just a few feet away. But the discovery of the body was only the beginning of something far more sinister. The past actions of these teenagers left investigators, family members, and officers in utter shock as their crimes slowly came to light.
You can see like slashed on her knee.
She's missing a ear.
And then there's a big ass sword, and then there's blood stains all over the bed.
I walked into the garage. She goes, "Oh, I just did it."
Walk this way.
The day began with an emergency 911 call from a distressed mother claiming that her 22-year-old son Isaac had just witnessed his girlfriend Kiara decapitate a woman inside her own house. The call was unclear on whether the suspect was still on the scene, planning to harm more innocent lives, or had already fled. Within minutes of the call, 5 officers arrived, only to discover something far worse.
Someone on the backside on the alley. Somewhere down here, 5941.
Huh?
Who?
Kick it in.
Let's put on the door.
Kick the door. I got you covered.
Police department, let me see your hands!
Back up!
Back up!
What's going on?
Who called?
What?
So someone was getting killed in here.
We're being told that the girlfriend's in the garage. That's where she
Where's the garage?
apparently filmed the other 41.
Officers quickly learned that the body was inside the home's garage, directly behind them. Some of the officers prepared to clear the primary house, while the others got ready to enter the garage. With no detailed information about what awaited them, they had to proceed with extreme caution.
Police department! Think it goes around, maybe? I think it goes around. How do people live like this?
The team that searched the main house found nothing suspicious, but the same could not be said for the officers entering the garage.
Garage.
My fucking door!
Someone just called that someone just got... Step over here. Step over here. Someone just got stabbed. Inside that garage.
Is that here? No!
Yeah, we got one down, Santa Fe. What? Go back inside. Go back inside. I'm not gonna tell you again. Go back inside.
Detain him, detain him.
What are you talking about?
Santa Fe police, anyone inside?
Watch it. Yeah, I can't.
Got one down.
They can't clear. Where is he? He's right here by the door.
Is there somebody in there?
That back door. The garage. Can you open the garage from that side?
No, it's broken. It's been broken for 10 years.
Inside they found 21-year-old Grace Jennings lying dead, her body covered in stab wounds. Kiara McCulley appeared completely clueless about the situation, but her daughter Kiara's reaction told a different story. As the search continued, officers discovered body cam footage, showing 19-year-old Kiara frantically explaining to her mother what had happened.
We have Isaac on the phone. Want to know if you guys need him? I guess he's the boyfriend.
I invited her last night without him telling me.
Where's he
I
at?
got really pissed off, of course. But why would she be here if he invited her last night?
Let me.
So
I was angry.
she stayed the night
Yeah.
in my house?
Yeah, and I'm pissed about it.
Grace is not allowed here. She knows that.
Who's Isaac's girlfriend?
She is.
You're Isaac's girlfriend?
Yes.
Okay. What are you to Isaac?
Well, I'm kind of mother-in-law to be. Kind of, sort of.
This is your daughter?
Yes, this is my daughter.
Step out with me real quick. What's your name?
Kiara.
Grace Jennings was the ex-girlfriend of Kiara, following a violent breakup a year earlier. After the separation, Kiara had permanently banned her from the property. According to Kiara, her current boyfriend, 22-year-old Isaac, invited Grace over to sleep at the house the previous night without telling her. This infuriated Kiara and revealed a small glimpse into what truly unfolded on this twisted Thursday morning.
This is his girlfriend.
Oh, can I get some shoes on or something?
Not right now.
We detain at this point, okay?
Did you guys have a fight or something?
Is there anybody else?
Can she sit down so I can put her shoes on her feet?
Who else? Is there a female that lives here?
Her and Isaac.
Negative, sir. Sorry. Negative.
Oh. And Isaac went for a walk? Yeah. So he was going for a walk in the shower. But they were going to go on a walk.
Isaac hadn't been out walking. He had run to a friend's workplace in pure panic after witnessing Grace's decapitated body and Kiara giggling over it. Clearly something was very wrong. The worst part, Kiara's mother Tara hadn't even realized there was a dead body in the garage, a body her own daughter was responsible for.
I have cats. I have to. They can't
Unfortunately,
get out
ma'am,
of
but
the
this is an active investigation, okay?
house.
So
Can I
nobody's
block
going back
the
in the
door
house.
somehow?
No, this is a crime scene at this point.
That was my house, a fucking crime scene.
There's a deceased
There's a
person
dead
in your
body in the
garage. That's why it's a crime
There's a
scene.
body in there?
Yes.
Dead body in
Stand
the
up for me. Let's walk this way.
What the fuck?
garage. Go ahead and come here with me, man.
As the officers cleared the home and detained Kiara, it seemed the chaos had finally settled. Or so they thought, because just a few minutes later, Grace's mother arrived at the scene, completely unaware of what had happened to her daughter.
Hello, I'm Sergeant Rodriguez. So we still have an active investigation here. I don't have a lot of the details.
Is she okay?
Who?
Grace! Is she breathing? Living? Is she okay?
I'm not sure of that.
I don't have all the information right now.
What happened?
We're trying to gather all the information, ma'am. So, like the Sarge said, if you could go back with us to the police department, and then we can give you a little bit more information from there.
Who's Gray? Do you have an idea of Gray, or do you have a photo of Gray or anything?
Grace.
Of Grace?
Grace, I'm sorry.
Across town, another team of officers was searching for Kiara's boyfriend as he was the only eyewitness to the scene. During the 911 call, Isaac's mother had told dispatch where he was, in a tech store close to Kiara's house. Using this information, officers were able to quickly track him down.
Alright, stay right here. Let me look around real quick.
For the moment, officers assumed Isaac was simply an innocent bystander to Kiara's brutality. However, that assumption was about to change soon.
Yeah, there he is. He's coming out. Is that Isaac? Did you call us, bro? Here, come over here. You're good. Come here. You don't have any knives, any weapons on you? No. No? Just put it down for now. Just put it down. You're not in trouble, bro. Gotta make sure you don't have any weapons, okay? Here, put your hands up right here. For now, bro, just because it looks like your girlfriend or whoever's in there is really injured. So for now, we're gonna put you under detention, okay, until we can figure this out. You're not under arrest. And who's in the garage? Who lives with you in the garage? Your girlfriend? Kiara McCulley.
Okay. So can you tell me, how did this call transpire? How did you call us?
I walked into the garage, and when I walked into the garage, she goes, "Oh, I just did it." And I'm like,
And who was this?
Kiara McCulley.
She told you that?
Very calmly and everything, blood on her hands, and
Okay.
Officers had no reason to suspect Isaac of the murder. He remained cordial and provided them with a chilling account of Kiara's behavior. However, his demeanor began to take a drastic turn once he was placed in the back of a police vehicle.
Isaac Apodaca.
Isaac Apodaca.
Do you need to get checked out by meds, man? No? Okay.
You want the air or anything? Are you hot, cold?
Got this. We'll roll down the window and we'll give you a minute, alright?
No.
I was already planning on leaving today too. I have all my stuff packed up, and I wanted to go to my mom and dad's because I'm not in a good mental state.
To a normal person, Isaac's agitation might have seemed like shock from what he had just witnessed. But that was not the case. He was far more involved in the incident than he was letting on, and he knew it was only a matter of time before investigators started catching up to him. The police ended the conversation with Isaac, and both he and Kiara were transported to the local police station, with both suspects successfully detained. Investigators would now question them individually. As the investigation unfolded, the accounts of the two suspects diverged dramatically. Kiara's in particular took a dark turn, delivering answers with a chilling truthfulness. What followed was not simply an interrogation, but one of the most disturbing conversations one could ever imagine.
Have you ever thought about hurting her or killing her?
I've had a couple dreams like that.
And how would you kill her?
Depending on the dream.
So there's several dreams.
Yes.
But before the investigation officially began, the detective in charge needed to gather information from the primary officers on the scene. The detective assigned to this case was Javier Vigil of the local police department. An experienced investigator, Vigil had, as of 2025, been promoted to SWAT commander for SFPD. His objective was clear: to gather as much information as possible. He was primarily focused on identifying the primary suspect and determining any other potential motives. Every bit of information would be critical in shaping the narrative he would use during the investigation, and ultimately in securing a confession. What he didn't yet realize was that his investigation would reveal far more than anyone could have imagined.
You got here first?
I got here first, but we all kind of walked in at the same time.
I come here, and from here, you have a straight shot. So I see her, blonde girl, black t-shirt, run inside. So I call contact, I approach the door, open it. No one's answering, so we break the door down, and she's like, oh shit.
The suspect's boyfriend is the one that called him.
No, it's a 41 that called it in.
A third party, 1041 called in.
The guy's mom.
And mom's like, I have no idea what happened. This one's acting a little like weird, like not saying anything. So we find the container, cool. They go inside the garage and find the body.
You see like slashed on her knee.
She's missing a ear.
Okay.
And then there's a big ass sword right as you walk into the right on the dresser, and then there's blood stains all over the bed.
Okay. Did we knock at the next door neighbors, see if anyone heard anything? Let's cross that off the list, so that's done. See if we get anyone that heard anything, and then we can take everyone back. We'll knock out our interviews, get our paper, come do our search, and then we can let go of the scene.
Detective Vigil and his team went on to gather further information from neighbors. Alongside the primary officer's accounts, this gave him a solid report to build upon. Kiara, Isaac, and the victim Grace had all dated each other at different times. Grace and Kiara had a toxic relationship that quickly turned into hostility after their breakup. Isaac had also briefly dated Grace, but their relationship ended abruptly after just a few days. He was 20 and she was only 16 at the time. During the ride to the station, Isaac told officers that he had invited Grace to Kiara's place because she had nowhere else to stay that night. Lastly, Vigil was informed that just a day earlier, Isaac had been charged with domestic battery against Kiara, though the specifics were unclear. These suspicious details kept Vigil on high alert as he prepared to begin the interrogation. Back at the station, Vigil began his day with Isaac. This was no accident. By investigating him first, the detective hoped to build a foundation of incriminating details, ammunition for the real confirmation still to come.
Reason to believe you to be a suspect right now or anything like that. We're gonna take the handcuffs off. Is that okay with you? Yes. Okay. Well, just because everything is kind of new and developing, and like I said, we don't really know fully what's going on. I do want to advise you of your constitutional rights before we talk at all. So.
The detective wasted no time assuring Isaac that he was not a suspect, but this was a calculated lie. Isaac had already been charged with domestic battery against Kiara, a violent pattern that Vigil was fully aware of, combined with other earlier details. He had every reason to be considered a potential suspect. Still, the team had a clear strategy: avoid confrontation, keep Isaac at ease, and allow him to talk comfortably.
So the only thing I ask is for truthfulness. I'm going to be upfront with you. I'm going to be truthful with you. I just ask that you do the same to me in return, okay? Just tell me the truth and tell me everything that happened, all right? Okay. Because it's Lonnie McCulley's house, does she live there or does she live somewhere else?
She lives there.
Okay.
In the main house.
And when you say the main house, what do you mean by that?
The main house, there's a garage in the backyard that's separated from the main house. It would be...
If I gave you a paper and a pen to draw it out for me, kind of show me where Jaguar Drive is, show me where the house is.
The house sat in a quiet neighborhood on Jaguar Drive. Kiara and Isaac had been living in a makeshift room in the house's outdoor garage, while Kiara's mother lived in the main house. After mapping out the layout of where everything had occurred, the conversation shifted to the murder itself. This was when Isaac described the chilling moment he found Grace's lifeless body in the garage.
How long have you been living in the garage?
A year and a half.
Okay, let's bring ourselves to today. And I want you to kind of tell me, in your own memory, what happened from that time all the way to getting here to this interview.
So from the time it began would be yesterday. We were all hanging out. Nighttime came around. We started falling asleep. Kiara McCulley did not fall asleep. I was talking to Grace, who was in the garage as well. I said, we have to go. She's telling us we need to leave. And I left the main house to go use the restroom for the last time. And then I walked her back into the garage. She walks up to me and goes, I did it. With a smile on her face, and I looked at the ground and I was like, so I called my mom immediately to let her know that something happened. My mom proceeded to call 911, really scared because I've witnessed, sorry,
it's okay.
I've witnessed my friend getting shot. So,
separately from this?
Yes, it was a while back. I was sitting in the back seat, guy walked up, blew his brains out, and landed on me. I had to testify in court, and anything like this gets me super traumatized, and it's a traumatic event.
I can imagine.
So when I went back in the garage, when I saw her in the ground, on the ground, I couldn't say anything because I was like, this is another one of my friends gone. I keep losing friends left and right. I'm scared.
That was the story for today. Stay tuned for the next part, in which there are many more deep and dark events surrounding Kiara, Isaac, and the investigation. Thank you for watching.